Welcome in, everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring. First, XRP sits just over the 70-cent level, outside of the bull flag, still on the top side. So we're going to see what needs to happen for XRP to try to maintain this push up and see what would have to transpire for XRP to break out of the short-term resistance that was formed yesterday after we created a symmetrical triangle on the breakout of the bull flag. We fell back within, we went up to like 73.4, came back down on a quick wick to 68.3 or 68.4, 68.4 cents. Then we managed to close the daily above the bull flag. So we're going to see if we can continue that momentum or if we're going to end up falling back within the bull flag, and then we'll see exactly what would have to happen on that consolidation. We're looking at the breakout targets, but we'll also look at, just in case we break down, as I like to keep it transparent, we'll look at the breakdown targets as well, as we're very strongly looking at if we were to break this bull flag, the 585 double top to come back in the weekly to retest, and then you would create an inverted right shoulder or inverted right arm. So that's a possibility as well. It's not necessary, but we have had a golden cross down there. So it's not out of the question if this bull flag were to break down that we could visit there. The reason why I'm pointing at that cautiously is because tomorrow, as we know, for the XRP community, it becomes very interesting. We release 1 billion XRP from Escrow into circulating supply, which means we're going to go from 52.3 billion, and tomorrow when you wake up, we're going to have about 53.3 billion in circulation, which means we're going to inflate the price, or at least the circulating supply, which could cause a price decrease. But what we have seen for the past several months is we have a price bounce right before the Escrow dump, and then it actually consolidates right on the old support after a breakout. So that's what we're going to see. Are we going to have some kind of breakout today, or are we going to start trending down in anticipation for the 1 billion XRP tokens released by Ripple from Escrow? Make sure when we start this trading week this week, you choose positivity over negativity. It's our job to be positive over negative. We have the emotionless responses. We don't let our emotions dictate what's going to happen. And we are not the victim. We play the winner here. And being the winner, you've got to have all the information. We let the charts and the news alike dictate the perceptions and the reality of the charts that we are going to perceive today. Trading with J-Ride. I forgot to look at the gold chart last night when we were live. It was late. I was a little tired. So we're going to look at the gold chart here today while we go through the morning update. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you appreciate my content, I would greatly appreciate you hit that subscribe button. But really make sure to hit that like button, as it will push my content. And yesterday we set a record for most views in a single day, most watch time hours in a single day. Not even close. Shattered it. And then and we're going back to the beginning of my channel. And then also, we had 157 new subscribers yesterday as we pushed over 17,500. We just hit 17,000 last Wednesday. So the amount of growth here in the last 5 days has been absolutely spectacular. Good morning, 10:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, July 31st, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we anticipate the 1 billion dump from Escrow tomorrow, we're going to see if XRP's pattern can continue pushing up. We're consolidating right now, retesting the bull flag breakout as we talked about yesterday. And we really could consolidate through. We're going to continue to move this with the potential of the breakout until we get down to here or the 6738. But as we do that, these are the technical breakout targets, and we have to keep transparently here. It depends where we break out, if we break out. And the main thing I'm looking at this morning is, yes, we're on the outside of the bull flag still, which is good, but we're going to be looking this morning to make sure we don't fall back within, and we're going to have to hold that 695 level strong. And if we can hold that and use this as a consolidation support, this is interesting, because did we create some kind of boom down to a head, back around? I mean, this could be a formation that if it pulls out, could make for a little inversion here in the immediate short term again. So we came down. Now if we bounce out, we'll see, but that's if we bounce out. We've actually come up and done what we were talking about, and we tried to break to the outside. So here's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to we're trying to validate like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, coming out to consolidate. Now, it's one of those things, if it bounces up here and consolidates back down, that might make it look a little bit better, but this could be forming some kind of weird right arm here. But if we look in the weekly, let's not give our hopes up. If we look at the weekly now, let's look at the bottom potential here. We have a golden cross formed. We have a cup and handle, but the bottom of the cup, if we look at the, what was it at? The 4 hourly, when we go back in the pattern, this is where we're targeting in the 4 hourly. If we're going to come back down and have to build the bullish handle, it's very well it could happen in this area where I have the X just above that 585 right in here, because that was the cup. So if we come through and we do that and we build the handle in that area, that's what I had drawn out, that it could come down all the way to there. It doesn't have to, though. It could stay up on the bull flag, and if it does, that's why our best possibility would be that breakout point at the 673 swing low. That's the double bottom from the swing high at 937. We had a swing low to 673. We came back to a mid-tier resistance at 85 cents. In the volume portfolio still, we have to pay attention to this. The volume portfolio, we had significant volume on the breakup, 202.9 million, 172. Then we consolidate. Now on the way down, we have 27.5, 21, 37, 25, 21, 32. 14 on the consolidation, 8.46 on consolidation, 26.6 on consolidation. Today we've got 8.23 and we've got 9 hours and 29 minutes. That's not even going to be a 20 million candle as it's lining up. We're not having a lot of strength on the breakdowns. The other thing that we must continue to pay attention to, that's a bullish diversion when it comes to price action in relation to volume. We had crashing volume, crashing price. That's very bullish. We had rising price, rising volume, also very bullish. The consolidation, we crashed in volume, crashed in price. That is a bullish consolidation. And eventually we're going to pop out over this in a positive direction here. And there's nothing we can really do. Nothing's even come up to stem that volume. That's going to eventually pop out. And if it comes in the bullish fashion, we have a mighty pop-up that could happen here. The top potential for a move up is anywhere between 45 and 70% at the top. But it's even higher than that. If the cup and handle were to play out properly, that could get you up to that $1.50 range. Now, conversely, if this breaks down on us, you're talking about 585 is a big target. That's the pattern double top breakout. 6133 was the broadening wedge breakout. And then you've got 55 cents, which is a pattern formation breakout. That's getting a little low for the inverted head and shoulders. Not out of the question, but you definitely want to be careful if you go into that area. Now, real quick with gold for trading with J-Ride. It's at 1968, it's up 0.47%, as the DXY is at 101 spot 538. So we might as well just look at this real quick, and then I'm going to release this. I got to get this going out. So right now we're trying to pop back up to resistance. We've held the 1.101365, but below it is the 10116. You break that, then you're starting to get a little more bearish. But if we hold this formation, we should come up to 102 spot 60 if it keeps going up. Right now we're having a bearish little cycle here, so we're going to see if this pattern dies here. So that's the DXY, so pay very close attention to that. And gold's having a nice little rebound with the DXY having a little bit of a dump right now. Not much, but it's down a little bit. But gold, we have over the top resistance at 1987. We're within a nice pattern formation. Underneath, if we were to get rejected at 1987, J-Ride, underneath this uptrending support that's meeting us almost is up to 1916. So, and it looks like we're in some kind of, if we take this back, it looks like we're in an ascending part of the pattern here on the back end. So it looks like we're ascending, but where do we ascend to? That's the question. If this meets it and does it for real, that's the kind of formation. Or, like I always tell everybody, you can come down, you can measure out the support, because if it breaks here, you could come down here. But now if we simply take the break out, you have something like this, or, so technically, I mean, you could say that it broke down a little bit from that perspective, so we're squeezed right now. So J-Ride, or anybody who's trading gold, technically we need to get back above, so we don't need to keep this, but we are being squeezed a little bit. We need to get back above 1987 and ultimately break up and over 2092, so 2100, to break out of this. Looks like an ascending pattern. Now it's creating kind of an ascending triangle. And it's going to get squeezed in here. So the underneath support, very strong, is at that about 1910, we'll say. Over the top resistance up here to break out is 2100. Mid-tier resistance 1987. If you got anything out of this update, make sure you hit that like button. Consider joining Tom's Army, as I don't do any paid sponsorships, paid promotions, or paid advertisements of any kind. I don't have anything behind a paywall, and this is a free viewing experience. If you're looking to trade FEMX, video description below and/or pinned comments. Lowest spot maker fees, and also you don't need to use a VPN to trade XRP in the USA, and you don't need to do a KYC unless you use a bank account or credit card. If you're just on and off ramping from other exchanges, it's 50,000 a day on and off. Stay blessed, everybody, and positivity over negativity. Hashtag be better, do better.